channel, where today on June 7th, 2021, I'm going to talk about who really won the Mayweather-Logan Paul fight. And, break it down a little bit, talk about what I think about it, and all that good shit. Who do I think won? Because, it's an exhibition. There is technically no winner. It's no one's record is on the line. Mayweather doesn't gain a win or he doesn't lose a win based on this fight. But just based on boxing itself and who was the better boxer, who landed it more and all that good stuff. And not even really that. Not even really that. I won't even go there because this was not a real fight. Okay? This was not a fight to be taken seriously because you're talking about a guy who's only fought one fight, right? I thought it was two. I thought he fought KSI twice, Logan Paul. And then you have a veteran boxer who won 50 fights, but prior to that. And, it had like one or two other exhibitions. So Mayweather is not really, who do I think won? I think they both won. They both won some money. That's about it. And to see people taking this so seriously, just like they took Jake Paul versus Askren very seriously, like I just don't understand it. You got people in there that say that Logan Paul won the fight. You know what I'm saying? Like, so many people are saying Logan Paul won the fight. I don't know what fight they saw. Right? I don't know what fight they saw. But, I do recognize that Mayweather lost at least the first 2 rounds. He lost at least 3 rounds, right? But that's what Mayweather does when he fights. He doesn't really do much in the first couple of rounds because he's trying to fill out the fighter. And that's exactly what he did with Logan Paul, right? But Logan Paul, he just went out there to try to, say that I think he just wanted to be able to say that he fought Mayweather and he went the distance. I mean, that's what, I agree with Mayweather when he says that. He said he won by going the distance. But the thing is, what other way would you expect it to go? How else would it go? Really think about it. Logan Paul is over 200 pounds. Mayweather was at 155 pounds. So why are we sitting up here? What else would we expect from a big ass dude like Logan Paul against little ass Mayweather, who is well past his prime, which was obvious because he wasn't as sharp or accurate as he used to be. He wasn't, but his defense was still pretty good. But he landed way more than Logan Paul. Landed some big shots against Logan Paul. So, and Logan Paul, he landed some good shots too. He's definitely gotten better as a boxer, right? But you can see that his win was not right. Like, he did not have the endurance that he would need to have to go against a real boxer in a real fight. Someone his size would destroy him. You understand what I'm saying? If he's over 200 pounds, let's say he went in there with Luis Ortiz. Just as an example, Luis Ortiz is a well-rounded boxer. He's good, you know what I'm saying? And he's past his prime. He would have destroyed Logan Paul, y'all. He would have destroyed Logan Paul. If he'd have fought anybody his size, any heavyweight, any real pro heavyweight, he would have gotten his head knocked the fuck off. Mayweather was able to land some good shots and wobble him quite a few times. As a matter of fact, I would say even one time, Logan Paul might have been out on his feet, but Mayweather was holding his ass up. Holding his big ass up. How many times did Logan Paul wrap Mayweather up? How many times did he wrap him up? 800,000 times? And Mayweather was still not gassed? That just shows the difference between a real skilled fighter who's dedicated his life to it and a guy. I won't even say a YouTuber. People say, oh, he's a YouTuber, and oh, he was a Disney man and all that shit. That's just irrelevant. Those are ad hominems. That's irrelevant. You're talking about somebody who is so green in the boxing world that he actually lost against another smaller fighter, KSI. So, but like I said, if Logan Paul would have fought a real heavyweight, he would have got destroyed. That's just the bottom line to it. Just like Jake Paul. If Jake Paul, y'all know Jake Paul's like 6'1", 6'2", but he fights at a much smaller weight, right? Because Jake Paul is going to be bigger than anybody he fights in his division, anybody that he fights, because he's so tall, but he doesn't have the muscle Logan Paul has. You know what I'm saying? I think somebody just said Logan Paul won. Yeah, he did. He sure did. He won. Mayweather won. You know what I'm saying? He didn't win the boxing match. That's for damn sure. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can say, oh, he won because, he landed some shots against Mayweather, but he landed 11%. He landed 11%. He didn't, and y'all talking about, all right, man. Jake Paul and some others are talking about how, well, actually, I only heard Jake Paul talk about this, that Logan Paul wobbled him. No, he didn't. Let me tell y'all, if a 200-pound man pushes a 155-pound man, he's going to move quite a bit, especially someone as well built as Logan Paul. He is going to push. If you push somebody like Mayweather, he's going to go this way or that way. To me, when you say wobble in boxing, that's when you have somebody seeing stars. You hit them so hard, they're seeing stars, and they're this close to being knocked down based on the fact that you just shook his cage, rattled his cage. That's not what happened. Logan Paul threw a lot of arm punches and pushed him a lot. There was a lot of pushing going on. And Mayweather was even pushing Logan Paul when he had him wrapped up. And he was able to push, Logan Paul pretty far. So was that wobbling? No. Mayweather didn't get wobbled, as y'all say. He got pushed. He got manhandled a little bit by some arm punches. If you think Logan Paul won that fight, then, hey, that's your opinion. And, it is what it is. I say he did not win the fight. No one won the fight, but they both won the fight. That's just the bottom line to it. Mayweather landed more shots. Mayweather hurt him more. Mayweather went to the body, went to the head, wore him out, had him tired. You know what I'm saying? This dude, after the third round, was holding himself up on the ropes, bent over trying to catch his breath. And Mayweather is in his corner, chilling. So I don't know what fight you saw, whoever said that Logan Paul won the fight. But when I stop, I'll read a little bit more, just to see what you're talking about, because like I said, I don't know how you were judging the fight. Yeah, the first two rounds, let me tell you what happened. Logan Paul, I think it was the end of the second round, started wailing on Mayweather's arms, okay? Mayweather had a good shell that was pretty sturdy, given the fact that you had a 200-something pound man wailing on him. Mayweather walked him down, had a great shell, right? Had the high guard up, had a great shell. Logan Paul barely went to the body. I don't know where you got that from. First 2 rounds, yeah, okay. Caught him with some good shots, some good arm punches. You know, started wailing on him at the end of the 2nd round, I believe, with a bunch of roundhouse punches. You know, a bunch of this. And Mayweather's like, nothing got through. If you want to call that a whooping, hey, you know, it is what it is. I'll tell you what, if it was a wrestling match, pretty sure Logan Paul would have won. You know what I'm saying? But to be over 30 pounds, more than that. If Mayweather is at 155 and Logan Paul is over 200 pounds, that's I don't know how, that's a shitload of pounds, man. That's over 50 pounds. So he should have knocked Mayweather the fuck out. A real heavyweight boxer would have knocked Mayweather out. Would have knocked him out. And it would have been the first time Mayweather got knocked out. Because Mayweather has a great chin. Say what y'all want to say about Mayweather. He don't like getting hit. You know, that's what he said about, you know, that's what boxing is to him. To hit as many times as possible, to hit and not get hit. That's boxing to him. But when he does get hit, and he's gotten hit with some pretty good shots. You know, I mean, he's pretty tough chin. Let me see. Mayweather had to tire Logan Paul out and still can knock. Why would you expect Mayweather to knock Logan Paul out? And like I said, Logan Paul was out on his feet, but Mayweather was holding him up. Mayweather held his ass up. Logan Paul would have dropped a few times if he didn't hang on to fucking Mayweather like a coat rack. Motherfucker. If he hadn't hung on to Mayweather like a coat rack, he would have knocked, he probably would have knocked him down a couple times. So, I don't know why. I don't know why people would expect Mayweather to knock Logan Paul out, but that's silly. That's silly. The dude's over 200 pounds. There's no reason to believe that he would not knock Logan Paul out. That's crazy. Oh, he didn't knock him out. What? Yeah, he was tired. All that in the 3rd. But again, that's not. You can't expect that. Not a 155-pound man against a guy over 200 pounds that has some boxing skill. Now, if he was green, like if he ain't never had no boxing training, if Logan Paul had never been trained and stepped in that ring, never had a day of training, yeah, you could expect a knockout. They both got money. That's a W for both of them. Yeah, exactly. Tyron for president, I appreciate that, man. But no, I don't want to be nobody's president, especially not in this system. If they were from very different weight classes, it really doesn't matter. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. You look at it as a non-pro who managed to not get knocked out by Mayweather because he tied him up, leaned on him, and it was amazing to me how Mayweather was able to hold this dude up multiple times and not get gassed. That just shows you the level of fitness that this dude has at his age. Now, there are a lot of people, oh, this was bad for boxing. Oh, the boxing world, it got devastated. Bro, the boxing world did not take a L. So that's some people think boxing took an L. No, it did not. This was an exhibition. Y'all know what that is? It's an exhibition. It doesn't matter. The dude, like, first of all, they didn't They didn't fight under sanctioned boxing rules, dude. They were multiple weight classes apart. Multiple weight classes. You cannot say that this was bad for boxing, because this was not about like professional boxing. This was not a professional boxing match. This was a professional boxer fighting a YouTuber who took some training, not as talented as Jake Paul. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. That's you know, it's not. How did the boxing world take an L? How did Mayweather tarnish his legacy? I don't understand it. Does, you know, that's like saying that singers who created a beautiful catalog, a legendary catalog of music throughout their career, decided, you know, that they wanted to, you know, have a residency in Vegas in one of the hotels or in one of the casinos, and just be there, just, you know, retired, but, you know, they're singing and they're making a shitload of money as a resident of Las Vegas, singing 3 or 4 times a week. Their catalog is still there. They're still, their music is still the shit, right? But just because now that they're not touring the world and all that other shit now, and they're not putting out whole albums anymore, no, they're just singing the albums that everybody loves. They're singing the music and the songs that everyone loves from their catalog, and they're making a shitload of money doing it. That's basically what Mayweather's doing. He's using his legendary boxing status to make money, and now his legacy is concrete. That ain't going nowhere unless he takes another professional boxing match, a sanctioned boxing match, where it does count. But he's not going to do that. It didn't tarnish his legacy. Boxing didn't take an L. You know what I'm saying? Like, so by that logic, did YouTube take an L? No. Did YouTube take an L? He's a YouTuber. He's a YouTuber who put on a big event, but not on YouTube. I mean, it is on YouTube. It's being sensationalized on YouTube, but he took his name, and he, like Jake Paul is doing, they're both taking their name and they're bringing a lot of money to the people that they're fighting. So did YouTube take an L? I don't understand that logic. Like the WBA and all these other IBC and all these other boxing organizations had nothing to do with this. They had nothing to do with it. That's why they went to Florida. You see, he couldn't do it in Vegas. That was his first choice. He couldn't do it in Vegas. Right? Had to go to Florida. That was the second choice. The second choice was Las Vegas. Miami, LA, or New Orleans, I believe, or somewhere. No, he went to Miami because it was all good there. Just like in Florida, you can have bare knuckle boxing, but bare knuckle boxing has nothing. So let's say he decided to go to bare knuckle boxing. Would that tarnish his legacy as a professional boxer? No, it's two totally different things. It's not the same shit, y'all. Let me see. Mayweather had time. Okay. What else do you do in boxing, George Vacherlin? Yeah, going back to what you said about he had to tire Logan Paul out. What is a strategy in boxing? Is it not to wear the other boxer out? It's not just about wailing on each other. That's not what boxing is. Boxing is about strategy. It's about finding openings. It's about wearing people out. It's about making them miss. It's about frustrating people. It's about looking at their patterns. It's about studying how they react to your punches. It's about a number of things. About when I feint, how do they react? How do they, if I keep feint, it's about setting shit up. It's about the setup. Yeah, you're going to tire a guy out. Let's see. McJav 18 says May didn't win the way he wanted him to. So that, yeah, they're calling him a loss basically. Yeah. McJob 18. It's like having rappers and country singers have a versus with the music, and people now saying the music is dead because people are making money out. Yeah, it's crazy. Mariah Carey, Jennifer Lopez, your point is well received. Appreciate that, Jay Great. Yeah, it's a chess match. And this is another thing that people are saying. Mayweather's talking about how Logan Paul used his wrestling to tie him up if he won by time. He didn't say that that was a bad thing, because we all know Mayweather is not Mayweather would do things like do a lot of countering, a lot of head movement, do a lot of the shoulder roll to get guys to miss. That's mostly what he wanted guys to do. Make them miss so he can get that good counter in. You know what I'm saying? Get those good counters, maybe a two or three hit combo in a counter. But he didn't do what Logan Paul did. I don't know why they tried to compare the two. It's not the same thing at all. Mayweather's a counterpuncher. That's what he's always been. Well, not always, because in the beginning of his career, he was more of a puncher. Then he progressed and evolved into a counterpuncher. So that's his style. You know what I'm saying? And that's how he was against great fighters. Like, he's fought a lot of great fighters, and he was able to get 50 wins and 0 losses. And yeah, during points of his career, did he talk a lot of shit? Did he always talk about his money and cars and this and that? And did he not give a fuck about what people said? Yeah, and so people hate him for it. And that's to be expected. That's why he walks around with all that security. What? You said the point of boxing is not to knock out the other person. You mean sparring. Who said that? I never said that the point is not to knock people out. I didn't say the point of boxing is to not knock people. I did not say that. I said expecting Mayweather to knock out at 155 pounds. Expecting Mayweather at 155 pounds to knock out a big-ass, muscle-bound, well, not really, he had a good amount of muscle, Logan Paul. That's ridiculous. To expect him to knock him out, that's the expectation. So the only way he can win is if he knocks Logan Paul out. No, that is not the point of boxing. Yeah, you want to knock people out because you want to create that uproar in the crowd. You want to have that good mark on your record. Oh, I got this knockout, that knockout. But that's not the only way to win. You win boxing by outboxing the other guy. That's how you do it. And boxing is about those angles, it's about footwork, it's about putting together good combinations, it's about setting up things. It's not just about going in there and well on each other. I did not say that the point of boxing is not to knock people out. I never said that. I said to expect Mayweather to knock out big ass Logan Paul is asinine. Lawrence Renault was good. I had a dream that you were in a boxing match against Lucas and you won. That's funny. That's funny, Lawrence Renault. I wouldn't mind boxing. What's his name? Amazing Lucas. I'm not really upset. I'm not even pissed at him anymore because it is what it is. But if we ever got cool and decided to work together in some capacity, he will still have to fight me in a boxing match. He will still have to fight me because you can't let that go. Threaten somebody's children, you just can't let that go. I'm sorry. I would still. I'm not mad, but we still gotta get it in. Link Hellfeld says, America never cheer for their athletes unless they're white champions. Every other country cheer for their champions no matter what. Yes, it's about race. It's always been America. Yeah, I mean that's true to a lot of extents. I disagree. The look at the Olympics, basketball and gymnastics. You know what though? You got a point, McJavi. Link Hellfeld, that is true. I think they because they know that, you know, I don't want to say it like that, but in certain sports, the best athletes in some of the sports are mostly black, and they want that W. So I think they cheer for him now. I think that it's been a problem in the past. What's up, Rachel Moody? Midjob, you crazy. Lucas fighting you and Cynthia is holding the round sign. That's funny. That's funny. Yeah, I don't know if y'all know, but me and Lucas got into it one time in his live stream because he got mad. We were actually agreeing on something. He misunderstood what I was saying and started threatening my children, threatening to smack my children and my wife. And so from that point, I was calling him out. I told him to go to the stairs, meet me at the stairs. You know what I'm saying? Let's get it in. You know, for a while I had to stay on his head because you don't threaten them. You don't threaten a man's children and think you just gonna sit up there on in YouTube and not be addressed about it. But nothing ever happened. Nothing ever came to fruition about it. So now I'm like, whatever, man. We can be cool. Not that he really cares about it. I don't really care either. Like, he can keep doing his thing. I do my thing. But I like a lot of the things he's been talking about lately. I like his points of view. He's really coming around to the reality of politics in this country. He's coming to a reality that I came to a long time ago, and I like the progression. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, Lawrence Reno, you were there at that live. Yeah, that's right. So yeah, that's what I think about that, man. Y'all, everybody needs to calm down with that exhibition fight. Just like people need, well, not that, that's funny. Because that's kind of how it was when Mighty Mouse said that he destroyed me, right? He destroyed me. But it was clearly a friendly sparring match where no one destroyed anybody. So it was like, that's like saying that he has a record of 1-0 in professional boxing by sparring with me and saying that he destroyed me. What's racist, George? Lucas changes his tune. He don't want you to expose him anymore. What do you mean, Link Hellerfeld? Change his tune about what? He started slow progression after his interview with High Impact Vlogs. I do have Discord is not active at all, but I'll get it back active because Discord is a good way to chat with people. Yeah, I mean, yeah, he did have an interview with High Impact Vlogs. That was a good discussion. You know, he was very humble and listened to what Brian had to say. Let me see. Lawrence Reno says, yeah, Tommy Sotomayor and Kwame Brown have been beefing with each other. I can't stomach Tommy Sotomayor. I just can't. It's just too ridiculous. Shinto Zumomi was good. Xander, Cynthia G. That's what he's talking about. Anyway, guys, I got to get out of here and go get everything cracking for my guys to get their asses to work. You know what I'm saying? Not that there's much to do because I'm so far ahead that I'm struggling to find shit for my guys to do. So, but that's a good thing. I'm making my company a shitload of money. I'm making them a shitload of money, man. Mike True 2020. I wouldn't say he lost big time, but he did lose. Like technically he lost. All right, Rachel. All right, everybody. I'll probably get on here later. A lot more to talk about. And we're going to discuss things, man, because a lot to discuss. I'm going to stay on it. So much love to you guys. Like, share, subscribe if you feel the need to, and I'll holler at you guys later.